Good morning. My name is Dr. Anthony Reilly, and on the 25th of May, I will be voting no. Over the past 35 years, under the 8th Amendment, maternity care in Ireland has outperformed all other areas of the health service in terms of being consistently world class. It's inconceivable that this could be the case if the 8th Amendment was causing serious impairments to the ability of Irish doctors to treat their patients. The most recent confidential maternal death inquiry shows that between the years 2013 and 2015, our maternal mortality rate was 6.5 per 100,000 maternities. At this rate of mortality, and with well over 100 obstetricians in the country, the average obstetrician encounters a death of a mother under their direct care less than once every 20 years. GPs play our role in maternity care also, and we now find ourselves front and centre of the government's proposals to provide abortion for any reason in the first trimester. Whenever a pregnant woman comes to see me, I know that I'm treating two patients, but the government's proposals require me to deny that fact. The proposed legislation calls on me to ignore the miracle that is the developing baby. It denies any meaning to its beating heart by 22 days, its fully formed organs at 8 weeks, or its fingerprints by 9 or 10 weeks. Having trained for the past 19 years since I entered medical school to bring health to the sick, I'm now being asked to bring death to a never to be repeated again person at the most vital, the most innocent, and the most fragile stage of life. A woman who presents requesting an abortion would have a legal right to this without providing any reason. And if I was to ask why or suggest alternatives to taking this step, I could be accused of traumatizing her or interfering with her right to accessing legitimate health care. She may not know how long she's been pregnant, and GPs will have to check. At present, as we've heard, the vast majority, the overwhelming majority of GP practices don't have access or training in ultrasound. But for anyone providing an abortion, this will be an absolute necessity to ensure the accuracy of dates and to exclude an ectopic pregnancy. We would turn the sound down and the screen away from the patient, and it would be the GP and they alone who would be confronted with the unmistakable humanity of the thriving life which they are about to end. That would be the reality of medicine in a post-repeal Ireland. The fundamental questions facing anyone considering a career in general practice would no longer be, could I deal with the hours, the stress, the responsibility, or the years of training? The fundamental question to ask would be, do I want to wake up in the morning knowing that I could be asked to end the life of a perfectly healthy baby, either directly or participate indirectly by referring the patient to have an abortion carried out by somebody else? If, like me, you would never do either of these things, then there's no future for you in general practice under the government's proposals. In his response to the cervical check controversy, Leo Varadkar advised that doctors need to adhere to the fundamental principles of medicine, like first, do no harm. Complying with his proposed legislation, however, would make it impossible for a GP to look at themselves in the mirror in the morning and consider that they were not part of an immeasurable harm. In the Taoiseach's own words just a few years ago, when he said, there are 2 lives involved in any pregnancy. For that reason, like most people in the country, I do not support abortion on request or demand. If it was unethical then, Leo, it remains unethical now. The Guttmacher Institute, a firmly pro-choice American institution, estimates that 56 million abortions were carried out annually between 2010 and 2014, more than 1 million per week. Globally, doctors are ending the lives of as many people as all other causes of death combined. We are being told that this is medicine. What counselling is proposed for the doctors who think today that they can cope with this, but find, having done it, that they cannot sleep at night? What provision is being made for the equipment? What impact assessment has been done in our hospitals from the countless extra operations every year? What nurses have been found who will be willing to watch an ultrasound as a life is silently ended? Life can throw up difficult problems when we least expect it to. As a society, we have to come up with better solutions than abortion for women who find themselves in a crisis pregnancy. Killing as a means to an end is never a justifiable solution to life's problems. The humanity of an unborn baby is never lessened by the circumstances of its conception. There is no bigger lie in this campaign than the lie that abortion is healthcare. It is not, and it doesn't belong in the healthcare system. I firmly advocate a no vote. Thank you.